Good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is, or wherever you are, folks, and welcome to the Torchcast, episode 12. And this time, I actually have new guests on the show that are not people you already know and have heard from. I have Gwen Robbins and Lucas Ocello.
That's not it at all.
I said it wrong. Correct me, man.
Orosco.
Orosco. See,
yes.
I knew I was going to mess up one of your last names, so apologies in advance for that. Anyways, we're just going to ignore that whole fact that just happened, and we're going to kind of just jump into getting to know you guys real quick.
Okay.
So, Gwen?
What do you want to know?
I just want to know, what are you studying here at Ferris?
I'm a junior in the marketing program here at Ferris State University. I am part of AMA, and I'm the community liaison for the Students in Free Enterprise Club.
Okay, all right. Lucas, how about yourself?
My name is Lucas Orosco. I am in my third year of the pre-pharmacy major, and I am also the president of the LGBT club here called Tasaga, and of the pre-pharmacy club.
All right, awesome, guys. And again, I just want to thank you in advance for coming on. I feel like a fangirl right now because you guys are pretty big on campus, I guess. I mean, it just feels like, you've been in the paper a few times. Lucas, everyone knows you apparently.
Which is very scary.
I can't believe we're campus celebrities.
I think it's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, I feel like this
As
is...
Paris Hilton once said, was it Paris Hilton? You can be famous if you want to be famous.
Yeah, famous is a mindset.
Yeah.
Famous is not an actuality.
You guys have
for
already
sure.
achieved it.
Yep, this
Yeah.
is the height of fame.
This is height of fame. This is peak, and I apologize for that.
I don't know, because here's the real scare of it all, is that if you don't do anything to tarnish your reputation, people will create your reputation for you. Like, you don't have to do anything to break it, and that's what's scary to me.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The higher you get, the further you fall.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Bigger they are. Oh, yeah, just like that. But,
the bigger the hair, the closer to God.
all right.
Yeah.
We're just getting philosophical now.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, today on this podcast episode, we're going to be discussing fashion. And I have with me a list from Elle.com of the 7 fashion trends that will be big in 2019. So we're going to jump right into it with number 1, called hippie modernism. So I'm going to just turn the laptop here. And the look consists of sun-kissed hues and neutrals, clashing geometric prints, scarf dresses, artisan knits, fringing, crochet, shoulder sacks, and etc. What do you think of when you see this?
I love Chloe, the designer of a few of these. I really like the colors. I mean, obviously, this is all, like, runway wear. Like, you're not showing us, like, street wear.
So, like, here's some of the, here's, like, a sample of a few of the things that you can kind of purchase that you might wear, like whatever those are. The dresses.
I'm here for it.
All right.
I'm here for
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I think it's always been
I
think it's, like, not just a 2019 moment. I think it's been happening for a while.
The new kind of like hippie style of things.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it when I went on spring break back in 2014.
Yeah, 2013, American Horror Story Coven, Misty Day, free people dresses became like a huge trend for sure.
Okay.
And I'm ready for Fringe to be that.
Yeah, Fringe
thing.
needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm obsessed with. Okay.
No, sorry, go for it.
I got a sneak peek, so I'll let you
introduce it.
Yeah.
So again, it's kind of like keeping that almost like the 60s, 70s vibrancy here, with number 2 being a color wheel tailoring. It's just, it's obvious. It's just vibrant, very colorful clothing. These are some of the outfits that we see here. You guys see exactly what I know. You listeners, you're just going to have to go off what we're describing here, and I apologize for that. But is that a blouse? What do I call that?
That's
blouse?
a blazer.
It's a blazer. All right. I'm going to also be learning, but it's just a solid color.
Yeah, it's all about color blocking. It's all about monochromatic.
I'm obsessed with monochrome outfits. And I'm obsessed with bright colors. Like, I've noticed when I go shopping, I always, like, am putting, like, the bright reds and the, like, bright blues in my cart.
Yeah, because I feel like
It's all about color, baby.
It's all about color, baby.
all like the 80s and the 90s, like that business gray, dark blue attire.
Yeah.
It's out the window.
I
We're
think-
going back in this very colorful.
I think we're not
We're
going back. We're going
We're
ahead.
We're going ahead.
And here's why.
This is not
Yeah.
a blast from the past.
No, it's not.
Monochromatic
This is right now.
is
Okay.
right now, and monochromatic gives me like dystopian future, and then when you mix like the bright colors, it gives me like staple warehouse highlighters, and so
Yeah.
mixing both of those together I think are a really good combination.
I get like a very IKEA feeling
Yeah.
from this.
See, my brain goes immediately to like the Hunger Games when they're in the Capitol.
Yeah.
That fashion sense of it's just wild and wacky but very colorful.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
exactly
think
what I'm seeing from
I
all
don't
this.
see wacky from
I don't
this.
see
I think it's
wacky,
very
it's high
business.
fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
High.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I am released from this campus, I will be wearing
Released.
Yeah.
these looks
These
to
just
my
vibrant.
job.
All right, and
This is very
one's a little
Grace
different.
Jones.
We got a low key utility style
This
going on.
is
This
I
is
feel-
also
yeah.
dystopian future.
Lucas. I feel like is living for it.
So yeah, like this look, it's got patch pockets, front-loaded tool belts slung across the body, return of cargo pants of all things to fashion.
Mhm.
And cargo pants are a sign of just like, from my experience, just like, ooh, that's bad.
I think it's very like Mosby from Nazi Classified School Survivor Guide, but make it
But
fashion.
make it fashion.
Just make it fashion, like.
Like that outfit, there's this denim boiler suit, which
That's
is exactly
everything.
that's
Yeah.
that's very
it's
much.
very like I just got done working on the railroad, or I just crawl out from underneath your car.
Yeah.
But there's like a
make it
sense
hot.
of style to it all.
It's like very
The
custodial
theme
worker
behind it.
chic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we can take things that you might see every day, but stylize them. Make
Yeah.
them more. They fit all aspects.
I mean,
Calvin
that's
Klein,
fashion.
Like recently had a runway, and the theme was firefighter, and they like took aspects of the firefighter uniform and like turned them into like more high fashion pieces. And I know that is like something that they're really focused on right now, is like they want the themes of their shows to be behind like the everyday heroes of our lives.
Okay.
So I think maybe some of that inspiration is like being drawn into this denim
Okay.
moment.
Now, how do you think this style compares to the past two we just saw with the hippie modernism and the very monochromatic colors? How would you say? Because you said the hippie modernism kind of fits into like the summer theme.
I could see, okay, so I think that there's a relation between the hippie modernism and the utilitarian.
Really, I
moment.
see it more with the like monochromatic like blazer moment and the low key like utility
The
moment. I think
reason
those are very.
I see it is because like these utility looks and the hippie modernism like both draw from the 60s, I feel like, because in the 60s like it was kind of a thing to live like on a co-op and like do piecework, and
Yeah.
everyone would wear like kind of these utilitarian
mix of 'em.
outfits. But also during the 60s, it was kind of like the heyday for the Woodstock like long dresses and straw bags. So I see like a lot of 60s influence in both of those.
All right, and speaking of, because you just touched on like that Woodstock aspect of things, pretty sure it's this year of 2019 they're having a Woodstock revival,
Oh, really?
like in the same location.
Why have I not heard of it?
I don't know. I saw tickets. They're going on sale this month.
They need to do a better marketing
They
job.
do.
Because I
forgot where I saw it from. I'll have to do a little more research into that. But yeah, I feel like this fashion sense is going to be coming right in time for Woodstock. And so now we're going to jump into number 4, a quote-unquote wonky couture.
Oh my god.
I love
So-
this
Wait,
the most.
did you
Alright,
see
I hit a favorite.
who did it? Who was it? Who was the designer? Did you see all of like Emily Rada whatever and Bella, those poofy, like they look like shower loofah dresses
Yeah.
from this past like last week's fashion week.
Yeah, were they the ones with like the
like
words
the
on them?
the
okay.
multicolored ones. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
So how would you guys describe this? Because like you said, poofa or loofah.
Loofah.
There we go, not poofa. But
This is like Victorian.
Yeah, it's got like
influence.
modern Victorian.
I think this is important
It's
because
very important.
it's very like different silhouettes. Like here
it's pretty.
here in America we're like obsessed with having like tight fitting silhouettes that like make sense to the like eye like really easily, that like fit well. But it's nice to see like moments where things
a little
like
more abstract.
are a bit more abstract. It's not all about like fitting tight. It's kind of about like having like asymmetricalness.
It's
Free
almost
flow.
like the like clothing pieces are sculptures,
Okay.
and like
Yeah.
the way they lay on your body is like more interesting to the eye than with the standard article of clothing. Like they're more like art pieces than actual
So where the
like
canvas
functional.
and the clothing's the art.
Yeah.
Kind of got some
Yeah.
Pablo Picasso.
I think it's more
Pieces
important
here.
to look like you're like walked out of an editorial
I
shoot.
agree.
And so like if this becomes like an actual trend in 2019
I'll
in
be
real
living
life,
for it.
I would be
Could
living
Could you
for it.
imagine?
Yeah, it would be
like,
good.
People from Ferris. No offense. Like I know that this is a podcast to Ferris people, but y'all are about 3 years behind on just about everything. So like,
I didn't say
Bring out
it.
some
I did not
salt
say
into this
that.
podcast already.
I think it's important. I
Yeah.
think like we
I
need to
think,
add
yeah.
some
Just
new
change it up a little bit. Like,
silhouettes.
stoke the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah,
All right. We're gonna jump into this next one. Just feathery accessories.
I'm here for
Nothing.
it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it sounds like. We're putting feathers in like earrings, necklaces.
Did you
It's
see the
kinda
runway where they used the feathers, but they used it on the eyelashes?
No.
And it looked very like Yzma Couture.
Oh, fuck.
It was so good.
I don't think anyone heard anything. There was a flaw in there. But so
I love those shoes. I'm obsessed with those shoes. I'm obsessed with that bag.
it's kind of like that Victorian hippie sense again.
I would say it's
It's
very.
more
like 1920s.
This isn't new to me.
This is new to you?
This is
this
this
shoe
is
moment
giving
is
me.
not new because
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
2015 there was a huge trend of like feather. You know the high heels that have the
Yeah.
ankle strap. There was a huge trend of like the foot strap would be feather and then the
Yeah.
ankle strap would be.
It's very 2015,
But
like
I love
Scream
it.
Queens.
Yes.
Like
It's Cher. Think Cher.
think Clueless.
Yeah.
Think Cher and Cher from Clueless.
Both Chers.
And Jawbreaker, which if you haven't seen that movie, get into that.
Get to that movie? Alright. So now we're going to jump down. We're kind of at the top of the body. We're jumping right to the feet. Down to square toes. This just reminds me of a
Yes.
very cowboy boot almost.
I love
we
it.
love cowboys.
Yeah,
we love cowboys.
We're certified
You
cowboys.
guys are sort of a cowboy. So I remember in our communications of setting up this podcast, there was a lot of that cowboy emoji.
Yeah,
that I really miss since I've gone to Android. I've lost it.
Oh,
I don't
really?
have it on Android. It's just on iPhone.
That's tragic.
And it's very sad. But I gotta agree. I love the square toe.
Oh,
I love
she
the
looks
cowboy
amazing.
look. It just fits really well.
I don't know how I feel about the square-toed Uggs.
Yeah, the square-toed Uggs are.
Or
If they look
throwing it.
very chunky, like it doesn't look
just
good.
seeing Uggs on a runway, like,
It's
kind
not the
of
look.
Because
Yeah.
ours
Yes.
are very 2012, right? If I got that right.
probably earlier.
Earlier than that, like 2008.
I love
Addle bottom jeans boots with the
Uggs. I
fur.
like the low Uggs.
Some of these shoes are
Like,
giving me like my
below
grandma
ankle.
wore them.
Yeah.
I get a
a
very,
lot,
like-
and I'm fine with that.
I love these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think the square toe moment is great. I
Yeah,
love the
me too.
mules. I'm more here for square toed mules or boots than I am for pumps.
Okay, see, I get a very Dutch clog.
I love that.
Yeah.
I see that out of this. I wonder if those will make an appearance ever.
It's
I'm
all
rooting
about
for 'em.
business.
Yeah.
If I've learned anything through all these trends, it's very 2019 is all about business.
It's all about business.
Yeah.
I'm in the right school.
Businesswoman.
Businesswoman.
And we come to our last one, number 7 here of this from L.com. Sweet Valley High.
What does that mean?
You know, that's a great question. As we go through it, it's got like swirling terrestrial TV graphics in bold, bright shades.
Oh no.
Pastels clash with paint stroke prints. The silhouette is top heavy with oversized jackets and shirts. The return of key 90s styles, which that alone, I love. I just
I'm
love
not
90s.
here.
You don't
I
like-
need to see
really?
more. Like
Yeah.
scroll down a bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was
the-
literally telling someone about this last night. Jeremy Scott is probably my least favorite designer, and this has Jeremy Scott written all over it.
Yeah.
I'm not here for
I
it.
mean, right up here in the top left,
It's too gaudy for me.
Too gaudy.
No,
I
think
those,
there's
aerobic workout DVDs.
I don't know.
I think there's like a specialty to it. I think there's
I could.
with the way it's explained and then the way that it shows in this article is a lot different. I think the way that it's explained is very like we're bringing like Molly Ringwald like to every sense of like the 90s, like bringing that back, and that's what I loved. And then seeing like the actual physical form of it, I don't see it.
It's like the worst of the 90s.
See, I feel like you can get some really good things because I like those shoes. I like the shoes.
The shoes are not specific to the trend, though.
Yeah, true. But, maybe that just goes to show maybe I'm not a fan of the trend either. But I like the idea behind it.
I think there's a specialty to it. I don't think everyone could pull it off, but I think that it has like a market as long as they're doing it with intention. Mm-hmm. Like if someone was wearing this without intention, like it would look horrible. But like making it a look, like
if you were like
assembling it correctly would be a moment.
Okay.
If you went in blind, I would say girl, honey.
Honey.
It's not Halloween.
But if you like articulated it in the right way,
so it take not everyone can pull it off, like you said.
Yeah.
Like it takes a very special kind of person.
I hate this trend for streetwear. I support it for like high fashion more so.
So like if you were at like some fancy party with a specific theme to it,
like runway like editorial.
We wish that that was a thing that happens. It's like this theme is gonna be editorial today. Could you imagine?
We're gonna have an editorial themed party.
That is so good. Yeah, that's a look.
You're giving us maybe that'll be my birthday party theme.
Yeah. I can't believe Elle ended on such a bad note.
Yeah, girl.
They started pretty good and they just dropped the bomb.
But I think they didn't do anything new. I think the only thing new was like the wonky style. I think that was the newest we're getting. And square toes, which I was living for.
I lived for the square toes. I'm obsessed with wonky couture.
Yeah.
Do you know who Iris Van Herpen is?
No.
The dressmaker.
We're going. Wait, I'll look it up on here.
Yeah. But out of all these, so you guys kind of fell in line with the wonky couture.
Yeah.
I mine was more for the utility aspect again, just because I'm not very knowledgeable in fashion. I typically wear khakis or jeans.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Also, like, while looking at these, I think it's important to like understand that we're not thinking necessarily in terms of, is this something that I would wear? It's more of like just an appreciation
for like it's art.
Yeah.
It's art.
Yeah.
It's like a painting. The painting
because
doesn't speak to everybody the same way.
Obviously, of course, you're not gonna wear like some draped tulle dress to class.
Yeah. I think you should. Don't listen to Gwen. I think there's
if you have it.
Your pencils.
I think that you should always dress as if you are doing something way, way more grand than you are. I think that there's no reason to not look like totally iconic doing the simplest things.
Unless you have an 8 a.m.
No, go to Meijer in a custom couture gown. Like, why not?
I mean, unless you're too tired for it, is all I'm saying.
That's fair.
There is that. I mean, you're never too tired to make a statement.
Always too tired.
You're never too tired to make a statement.
So, would you guys also say that it just depends on the season?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
No.
So,
because none of the things you just showed us are like, I mean, I think they're probably specific. New York Fashion Week, like spring, but right now we're in like the winter season and everything you just showed us is like spring, summer. So no, I don't think it's specific to a season.
Okay, so it can you can make it work anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the differences in winter runways versus like spring runways are mostly color. But now I feel like there's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's just new content more than like here's a new like shape or
I think
colors.
I think it's about being like sleek right now, actually. Like winter 2019, if you just saw like the New York Fashion Week, like for Ralph Lauren, like everyone was in these like very like black sheer gowns or like business suits, and it was just like really good. It felt very like, I don't know, it's really all about business. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah.
It's all about business.
So how would you guys compare just fashion today? Like you just saw some of the most current or soon to be trends that they're kind of pushing for, that they're showing on the runways to get an idea of, just kind of like, this is kind of where high fashion is right now, and here are some of the lower fashion that you typically wear in public have compared to the past few years. Has there been a drastic change all of a sudden, or is it just kind of
I don't
slowly,
think
like, led up
you're.
there?
No.
It's kind of just kind of like being.
I think that the
a
people
lot
that have
of
always been fashionable have always seen this. Like, this has always been an idea. This isn't something that, like, we're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, this is something that's been going on for, like, if you've done, like, your, like, history.
Honestly, I've been seeing the same, like, worn out infinity scarves and ugly floral print shirts on girls. And please, for the love of God, retire those tribal print anything.
Yeah.
Tribal print anything. Throw it in the garbage.
There's like these brown chunky like knee-high boots that I swear every like girl in Michigan owns.
Literally like from the past probably 6 years, y'all have been wearing the same outfits and thinking it's new.
Because I mean, when you look at like the 20th century, each decade we look at now has like a specific like theme of clothing to it that you can think of, right? Like,
I guess
I don't follow it, and like I don't feel like it's like necessary to follow. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think people in Michigan, like, I don't think the majority of us are like following like the fashion styles that like maybe we'll be known for later.
No, but I think unconsciously we are by like, because the people that you and I follow on Instagram are like probably a lot different than who the majority of like our peers follow. So I think through social media we're kind of being kept up.
Yeah, I feel like
I think there is less of an excuse now than ever before to like have poor fashion because of social media. Like, you are bombarded every single day with like what is perceived to like look good, you know what I mean? So like having all this inspiration in front of you, like what's your excuse?
And that's kind of crazy to think about. Like social media and like its influences on fashion, it's only really been around for like maybe just over 10 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, in the grand scheme of new things, it's fairly new, and it's now just kind of exploding even more. Like new things on Instagram, that like new features and new things on Snap, just really opening people up to get more exposed, like you said. Like, there's not like, every other day it's like you'd only see it on TV, see the celebrities wearing it. They're the ones that kind of dictated what the new trend's going to be.
Yeah.
But now it's like anyone can kind of do that if they have enough followers. Anyone can be a influencer towards fashion, towards anything, right?
Yeah, but I think we need some adjustments made. Like, we need 2010s, so we're still in the 2010s era, but we're about to be in the 2020, and like we need our velour like Juicy Couture sweat like tracksuit moment. We don't have it. I don't need the exact reiteration of that. I need something like we have our staple piece, because right now we just have activewear, and people like no matter where they are, they wear a lot of activewear, and it's not like exciting, you know.
Like obviously, like around campus.
I'm kind of here for.
I'm like kind of here for activewear because I think people like can look really good in it. Like, it looks really good, but I think that like there should also be this sense of like, you know, like formal and like maybe like a more interesting reiteration of it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I see where you're going. Like kind of like what you guys were saying earlier about what you see specifically on campus. We're pretty quote-unquote sheltered from what trends might be.
I don't think we're sheltered.
No?
I think we just
don't catch on.
I don't think we're sheltered. I think we like.
I think location is kind of.
I mean, Big Rapids is kind of.
I think the location does change things, because right now I have people
it's not
being like
we're central to like, you know, a major fashion hub. Like,
Grand Rapids is the closest big city we're by.
Yeah.
That's
And
still
we're
an
calling
hour.
Grand Rapids a big city.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, Detroit's the biggest city in Michigan.
and we're calling, I mean, Detroit
It
is,
used to be humongous, but it's not like the big city you think of when you think of America
Yeah.
anymore. It maybe once was, but now you think of big city America, you think of New York City, Los Angeles.
yeah.
I mean, Miami at times, just because
Yeah.
of like where it's located. New Orleans.
It's
stuff
not like
this,
we have a
Chicago.
Detroit fashion week.
If
know
you
what I
want,
mean?
like, if you want
Chicago's the
fashionable
nearest
clothes,
we
there's
got.
not really stores in Michigan that
there
provide
really
it.
are not, like,
Michigan is all about like being kitschy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're not gonna find like a
Michigan is
fashionable
very,
outfit.
like,
It's very just kind of.
I
Cozy
just want to.
place.
It's like knickknacks, you know?
In a Wes Anderson
kinda like when you go
movie.
Which
to
is
your grandma's
great.
house.
Which is great. I live
Which is
for it.
I think there is like a
Michigan
great
is like summer camp.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
love it, but like here
Here
people
for
are
it.
like very like surprised by what I wear. But I feel like if I lived in like a more populated place, like this
Nobody
isn't
would give you a
surprising. This is
second thought,
exactly
yeah.
like no one would like be surprised. But here it's like very shocking, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're wearing that! I can never pull that off." Well, that's what everyone in like a bigger city is pulling off. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
not like
I
unrealistic.
know.
It's just we're not as exposed.
I don't know because it's not like
Hard.
Lucas and I are like from some
Yeah.
exotic metropolitan area. Like we are from the
Yeah, I'm
same
from a village of
places.
2,000 people.
I
yeah.
graduated with 90 people in a cornfield.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so I don't think that like being from small town Michigan is necessarily an excuse. I
to
think either you're born with a sense of style and good taste or you're not.
Or I think people think that having like fashion like that kind of style or whatever is going to cost money, but really they're buying stuff that costs so much money and it's so ugly.
It's so ugly.
Like people actively buy Crocs, and this isn't even like
There's
a
a
joke.
Croc store on
I
the
think
east
it
side.
started as a joke.
I think it started as a joke.
But then people were like, "Oh, this is cool. Why are you buying Crocs?
Here's the real
Why are you
tea.
buying
Yeah.
gibbets for your Crocs? Why are you wearing Chacos and socks?
Sockos.
Why are you wearing Chacos?"
I think
Why
Chacos
am
are
I
a look.
screaming
I will
about
actually
this?
support Chacos.
Lucas has a pair of Chacos.
I think that
I'm
Chacos
99%
are
sure.
very dystopian future, but
Okay,
I think
yeah, I
I
can
think
see it
what's
for that.
important is
Okay.
that if you're gonna do something ironically, like wear a fanny pack or wear
You
Crocs,
have to
you have to
make
have
it
first
very
proved that
sleek.
you have a
Yes.
fashion sense. If you've never proved that and you try and like think that like wearing Crocs is a joke, well, like
Okay.
that point doesn't get across.
The perfect example of Lucas's like, this is a joke, but make it fashion. Balenciaga, they do it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
they made platform Crocs. What else did they do? They
They've
just do
done some,
ridiculous
like,
stuff.
yeah.
They did like a shirt on like the back of the shirt is the front of the shirt, or like a shirt on a shirt. Balenciaga does this stuff all the time, but it's okay for them to do it because they have proved
They're doing kind of like
themselves
a satire sense.
as
yeah, and Crocs are literally $40, and you can buy
Also,
Chacos
you
are
can buy
pretty
some
no
more
offense,
stuff
you
with
know,
$40.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm sick of Vans.
Yeah.
I'm sick of Vans.
The checkered Vans, I'm gonna call everybody out right
Stop.
now.
Stop
Checkered
wearing
Vans
them.
have never been a look.
I
Have
wore 'em in
never
middle
been a
school.
look.
Stop
Yeah.
wearing the Adidas Superstars too. But I will never not stand behind the Adidas Stan Smiths.
I think Adidas is like a great, like I'm for Adidas.
I love Adidas.
Yeah, I can get behind Adidas,
Adidas
so
or
much.
Nike?
Yeah.
What do you?
I'm
Adidas or Nike?
well, I like Nike and I like Adidas. I think that sportswear can be really iconic, but I think that when people act like they
yeah.
can't be fashionable, but yet they're buying Adidas, Nike, and they are like hundreds
When
of
you're
dollars.
buying,
Yeah.
like the real tree camo, like Under Armour.
If you're buying a
you're
freaking
not listening
yeah.
to this podcast if you're buying that stuff. So
If you're like buying Yeti cups and you're saying that I can't afford to have like a
If I
fashion
can-
sense,
yeah.
then you're lying. You're lying to
You're lying,
everybody.
honey. If you're going to Electric Forest and you're saying that you can't afford a fashion sense, you just don't want a fashion sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're going to Electric Forest.
I love that.
Oh goodness, great guys! It was amazing to have you guys on. I feel like I learned a lot about fashion, and I feel like it's been a
I
wake up
feel
call.
like I literally came
Screamed
on here,
into the
started screaming, started bullying people who aren't even here. Like
know,
I think I'm gonna get hate mail.
No, it's a
From
wake up call. Look at it as a wake
The
up
one
call.
person who listens to
And
this.
besides, the only person getting hate mail will be my boss. So don't worry about it.
Okay, great.
You guys will never hear if someone disliked it. So
No, I want to hear.
Yeah, I want to hear
Send
too.
it to
And
my
about
Ferris
names.
email. Yeah,
We'll
for
set
sure.
Up set up a fight club for you guys as well. If you get
Yeah.
If you send hate mail, I'll put it on my Instagram story.
Yeah. Try and come for me with your freaking like Croc shoes. I dare you. I'm ready.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much, guys, and thank you, listeners, for tuning into another episode of the Torchcast. Stay tuned. We are every other week. So long. Take care, and hooty hoo.